All right, hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the show. What show? This show. I don't know. We'll call it the show. So, silver. Careful. Silver Saturday. Sunday? What day is this? Sunday. This will come out on a Sunday. Just do a quick LCS report. We'll talk about some things. First and foremost, the going rate for the goods is putting a hindrance on the plan and what we're looking at getting this year. Whew, man, prices, you can definitely feel it. Go to look at old receipts from 2019. Makes you want to shed a tear for not being a little more proactive or something. I don't know, figuring out a way to sell your kidney or something. 5 or 6 years ago would have been useful. But LCS call, nothing too unusual to report from that as far as the supply and people in there. When was that? So it was a lunchtime type deal, but it was fairly busy for middle of the day, weekday type deal. So we're going to finish off our roll of Franklins, continue to try to work on our roll for our Kennedys. Whoa. Just some Kennedys, you know the guy. That report that came out that was a non-report. So just finishing up on some 90%, working on those rolls, and got some Krugerrands were what was good for the going rate there. Whoa. See if we can get this. There we go. Krugerrands were the going rate of the day. What was it? It was under $2 above. It was a fairly good deal for some Govey. Silver Eagles are still kind of pricey, as you know, probably. So a couple Krugerrands there, and then my favorite, they had some of these in the generic box, so I was like, I gotta get them. I gotta finish off a roll of these. So I was like, I'll not get a Krugerrand or two and get a couple of these to get my generic roll going for my strategic stockpile rounds, old school. So that's kind of the report from there. Again, not there were no. I was looking for Philharmonics. They didn't have any, so that was the only thing about like, I wonder why they don't have any Philharmonics. They had everything else that I noticed as far as bullion types, and the generic bin was, just is what it was. And I asked for the Franklins and 90% specifically. They didn't have it displayed, but they just went back there and got some. So it wasn't like there was a shortage or anything. It didn't seem like, but they didn't have any Philharmonics, and maybe they just didn't happen to carry any this week or something. I don't know. So fairly busy. People in there. The gold case, I guess you'd say, was packed. Lots of fractionals. I've never seen that many fractionals, which leads me to the assumption, belief, innuendo, implying, based on the gold case, implied that people have been selling their 1/10ths in small pieces of fractional, because there was more fractional in there than I had ever seen. So I think maybe some people are selling their fractional back to the LCS there. It seemed like, I don't know what else to call it, because I've never seen that much. I don't know why they would order it, especially because it all was in like secondhand condition. So it had that appearance of, hey, we've been sold back. So that was my assumption based upon that evaluation, but not surprising based upon the current state of affairs and the jacked up nominal price, as they call it, of number of fiat that it takes to exchange for any of this. A little less gold, goodness gracious. Which goes back to the plan. I remember when I talked about adjusting the plan this year and maybe trying to get more gold, and what happened as soon as I said that? Yeah, prices just took off. I think I was talking about that back when gold was like 2,200. Yeah, that's not looking so hot now. But that's the status there from the LCS. So we kind of talked about it in the live chat and kind of bring it to the front about what's going on Monday, the 31st of March. This supposed silver squeeze that they're talking about. So they're saying it's another movement, like you remember the Wall Street GameStop thing? It's another short, beat the shorts type deal that they're trying to promote out there. And it's like, calm down, people. Now, I guess I would say don't have high expectations of this. If you need to buy, if you've got a plan to already save, and put your money locked away and put it in a solid form of money and durable, and you own it and it's not third party risk, all the reasons that you buy these things. If you have that justification to go buy on Monday, hey, it'd be good to participate. It'd be good to show some solidarity with the crew. Have all that kumbaya and let's stick it to the man type of thing. But don't sell your house or sell a kidney or anything and go participate and just thinking it's going to have a big impact on Monday, because whatever anybody buys from the LCS or online on Monday has zero effect with what's going on at CME or the London Bullion Exchange or SLV or any of those other things that you're trying to fight against the man by buying this stuff, right? You're not going to see an effect from the 31st for weeks, months, maybe even years, depending on how many people go out and actually participate. Now, if we could get the numbers, if you got, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people in the world, right? Let's focus on not just America. If you got 500 million people to go out and buy 10 ounces of silver on Monday, that would have an effect in short order at some point within a month or so, probably. You could probably see something going on, because that's a lot of physical moving around in the system and out of the system to people. So that would be what? That'd be 5 billion ounces. That's no short amount. I don't even know if there's 500 million people that could go out and find 10 ounces. I'm not sure about that. But if you just had, a good 10 million in America, you could knock out 100 million in India. There's people out there, if you added it up, so many millions in Europe, like add it all up worldwide, like you could get close to that number. I think that's my opinion. But it's still a number out there of that range, 250 million. Let's go with half that. 2 billion ounces. Can 250 million people get to 10 ounces of this at any given time? That would be hard to say. I'm not sure how the rest of the world works, and how many bullion exchanges and online sites would run out. How much they got lying in hide. But it's a good goal. It's a worthy endeavor. Get as much as you can afford, without selling the farm and selling your kidneys or whatever. Because you need to have your wealth stored away, because this is going nowhere with your dollars and your fiat currencies if you're somewhere else in the world but down, because governments are working against you with the central banks against you every single day. So that's my thoughts on that, and that's going down Monday. So it'd be interesting. Hopefully people have fun with it. Go out and have fun. That's the message. Have fun. You can't argue with having fun, right? Especially when it comes to getting something shiny and durable and in your hand, and maybe even having some historical context, depending on what you get. So, word to the wise there, word to the informed, that don't expect big things on Monday, but depending on what happens, you could see repercussions. They're going to fight with every tooth and nail they've got to mitigate any effects, though. I guarantee you that. Bike said it in the live chat the other day. He saw gold to 3,500 and silver to 40. And I'm pretty sure he said this year. Man, that's like, it almost seems like it's conservative at this point. I had a thought of like silver 38 this year, you know, gold to 32. Like, man, we're already at 31 and we're not even out of the first quarter, out of the first 3 months. Like, this is insane. Like, and I was also telling Bikes, I could see gold going to 10,000 by 2030 was kind of my long end projection, just as far as that's where we're going, where we're headed. It's like, at the way this is going, with no top end, with no restraints, especially on gold, um, this is crazy. And as people have often said, when you get prices up at that high, that means there's a lot of bad things going on in the world. So prepare accordingly. So while you're trying to save up so that you have some money for money when you need money in the future, do the other things. Prepare, get your food, water, shelter squared away, because that's going to be most important in the interim, so that you don't have to dump this for no reason other than to stay alive. Ideally, you would use this to flip into another asset, such as real estate, property, at a future date, and not just, I need a loaf of bread, here's my ounce of silver. But it's there if you need it, right? That's the worst case use, but the ideal case is you're getting a significant value out of it from exchanging it for significant things like, you know, generational changing things with property and whatnot. So that's my thoughts, YouTube. I hope you enjoy your Silver Sunday. I said Sunday, right? Silver Sunday. Hope everybody's doing good. Enjoy your week. Have fun out there. If you can't be good at it. No, don't do that. Praying for those people in Myanmar. Praying for those people. The death toll I saw looks like it's well over 1,000 now. They're just, saying, yeah, that's just what they've gotten to so far. Their estimates of going up to closer to 10,000, which seems definitely in the works with the way the video and pictures coming out are. So all those folks need some prayers and assistance, whatever can be spared. So we'll see y'all later, YouTube. Prep hard, live free.